Hey everyone, it's me, Christine. Me being me on my journey to 50. This week, we are going to talk about watch your mouth. Now that you've made all these goals, you've got your vision board, or you're working on your vision board, you're working on your goals, you've got a clear vision of what your goals are for this year, what you want to do, lose weight, um, get out of debt, whatever it is. You can have all the vision you want, but if you don't watch your mouth and what you're saying, you're going to just tear it all apart. You're not going to reach it. What are you actually saying to yourself or to other people? So if your goal is to lose weight, for example, what are you saying to yourself? What are you saying to other people? And what are you saying to yourself? Are you constantly saying, I'm never going to lose weight? I'm fat. I don't look good. I look terrible. So everything that you put in your vision board and your goals has just now been removed. You have to speak where you want to be. I mean, think about all these people in your life. Are you building them up or are you tearing them down? And that includes yourself. I've really had to learn this, and I'm still learning this, on watching what my mouth is saying. Is it contrary to what I want to accomplish? And a lot of times it is. And in my Bible study time, so I ended up in Proverbs 18, and this is the Passion Translation. It says, a fool has a big mouth that only gets him into trouble, and he'll pay the price for what he says. The words of a gossip merely reveal the wounds of his own soul, and his slander penetrates into the innermost being. Those were verses 7 and 8. Now, if you go down, for those who study the Bible, these two verses down in verse 20 and 21, you've probably heard many a times, but they are so true. So verse 20 says, sharing words of wisdom is satisfying to your inner being. It encourages you to know that you've changed someone else's life. Your words are so powerful that they will kill or give life, and the talkative person will reap the consequences. Think about that. Your words are so powerful that they will kill or give life, and that is so true. Think about all the cyberbullying that goes on. What is it? It's words. Words, mean words. What are we saying to the people around us, the people we love? Whether, even if it's just you think it's fun and sarcastic, words hurt. I want to make it my goal this year to build people up, to say positive things, to build myself up. I'm so bad at talking down to myself and, telling people that I'm no good, or somebody compliments me and I say, oh, that's nothing, or, constantly talking yourself down. Now, the funny thing is, I started reading this book by Terry Savelle Foy called Dream It, Pin It, Live It. It's about making dream boards and making successful dream boards. And just last night, I read this section. It was actually about weight loss, but it can go into anything you say. I'll never get out of debt. Your goal may be to get out of debt, but if you're constantly speaking you'll never get out of debt, that's what is going to happen. So this is what it says. One of the ways we maintain our less than desirable bodies is through the words of our mouths, complaining and constantly focusing on the negative viewpoints we have of ourselves, causing us to remain that way. I hate my thighs. My stomach is huge. I'll never get this weight off. No matter what I do, I can't lose weight. This cellulite is disgusting. Whatever you focus on expands. The more you voice your dislike over your current physical condition, the more you dislike it. It's so true. Whatever you're focusing on, whatever you're in your mind concentrating on and listening to all the time in your mind, that's what's going to happen. To learn to stop that, we need to focus on what we want in life, the positive that we want. And we have to do that with the people around us as well. We need to encourage people. Even out of fun, don't just say, hey, there comes trouble. I say that all the time, and I think it's just, some little saying, hey, there comes trouble. Well, maybe that's what they think every time you say that. Maybe somebody else has been putting them down. Maybe somebody else, and then you just added to that. I just added to that, hey, you're trouble. So what's going to happen is that's what they get in their mind. That's what they put in their mind. And that's what they start thinking and seeing of themselves. So I just want to put it out there. And for me, this is one of my biggest goals this year, is if I can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Didn't your parents ever tell you that? I mean, that's such a phrase that we've heard probably many, many times, is if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. But it's so true. Unless we got something good to say, don't say it. There's life or death in the power of your tongue, of my tongue. And I mean, that could make the biggest difference in the world. You're standing in line at a grocery store and the poor clerk is fumbling with groceries with people in front, and it just seems to be going slow. You get up to the line, and what do? You add to it because they fumble with your stuff. And it's like, you don't know what that person's going through. You have no idea. Maybe they have a sick kid at home that's all they can concentrate on. Or maybe one of their parents is sick and they have to work, so they had to leave their parents there to be taken care of by somebody else. So they have something totally on their mind, not concentrating on what they're doing. They're having a bad day. You just added to it. So why don't we go out of our way first thing in the morning? And I know I've written this down as, who can I encourage today to remind me when I get up in the morning? How am I going to encourage somebody today? Who am I going to encourage today? I want to be a different person. And I mean a better person. A person who's encouraging. I want people to remember me as a person who is encouraging. Now that doesn't mean you have to, color code everything and everything's rosy, because it's not. But when you have a chance to just even say to that clerk, the cashier who seems to be flustered, just say, you know what? I hope you have a better day. Just say encouraging words to people. Everybody around you. Because you know what? It actually makes you feel better. I mean, I just read it in the scripture. In verse 20, it says, sharing words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. Hope you have a better day. You can do it. You're strong enough. You're smart enough. You're beautiful enough. You can do it. You want to lose weight? You are going to do it. Sharing words of wisdom is satisfying to your inner being. It encourages you to know that you've changed someone else's life. How good would that make you feel if you all you said was some nice, kind words to someone who's having a bad day, and they go off and they do the same thing? I don't know if you remember that commercial. I think it was a shampoo commercial. And they said, well, you tell two friends, and they'll tell two friends, and they'll tell two friends, and so on, and so on, and so on. Well, it's the same thing with your words. If you tell someone, encourage them, lift them up, say good things about them, even when they're not there. That's one thing I really have to work on, is if I'm mad at, say, my husband or somebody at work or whatever, and you gossip about them and you tell them how bad they are and what they did, that is not encouraging. That is not building people up. Whether they're there or not, you need to keep your mouth shut. I need to keep my mouth shut and be an encourager and only say nice things to and about people. Now you might say to yourself, well, I'm just one person. You know, I can't change the world. I'm just one person. It's not going to do anything. Well, maybe it is going to do something. Maybe it's going to do something that person. And they'll be nice to someone, and they'll be nice to someone, and so on, and so on. The ripple effect. But why can't we change our world? The world around us, the people around us? Because you never know that one person in your little world around you might go on and do great things because you encourage them. So let's be the change in our lives, in our worlds. Let's build each other up instead of tearing each other down all the time. There's so much of that in the world. Let's be the shining light. Let us start it in our world. I hope you're having a great week this week. I challenge you to say only good and encouraging things to people this week. Whether it's your husband, your kids, your coworkers, anybody around you, I challenge you to do that. I'm challenging me to be good to me and to the other people around me. So, this is me being me on my journey to 50. And hope you have a great week.